Oh, I am loving that intro. Welcome to What's on Your Watch List. Demon Phil here, and we're going to have a media review for you here today. Before I get started, a couple of things on here. Number one, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I am as well. That being said, if you want to have a discussion, if you want to comment or anything, let's do that. If you're here simply to troll, it's not going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and remove the comments just because it needs to be fun for everybody that's involved in this. Also, so everyone is aware, and I have something new as well for this one, which again, I'm having so much fun with this. But these actually do talk about what's going on in the episodes and everything on there. So I want to let everyone know before we get started into episode 8 of She Hulk Attorney at Law. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. And that's how I have to say about that. It's all about fun. We're having fun on this. This whole series I've had a blast with, I'm not gonna lie. Still am. I thought this was going to be the final episode. It is not. There is one more. At least that's the way I'm thinking that it is. I could be wrong on that again. My fiance, tells me all the time that I'm wrong on things. I might as well be wrong about this too. Just be consistent on it. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. All about satire and making fun of certain things that happen in the comics because, believe it or not, this is based on comics. I know, it's a myth. Bust it if you want to, but have some discussion points to go along with it, or it's going to be treated as trolling. We don't want to do that. The only troll we want to see around here is the big green one behind. No, we can't call her troll. You wouldn't like her whenever she's angry. Yeah, I went there. Episode 8 was fun. Very much looked forward to because they've been foreshadowing a certain character that we've been anxiously biting at the bit to have viewed on screen and finally get to do so. And Leapfrog shows up on screen and everybody is so flippin' happy. It's not Leapfrog. Well, if it wasn't Leapfrog, who would? Oh, the other one. Okay. So, yes, Leapfrog is on there, and that's good, great, and wonderful. And we had a blast kind of getting to know the quirky side of that one. We're going to get into the actual character that shows up on here in just a moment as well. But the premise of this particular episode is Leapfrog, hero, anti-hero, villain, whatever the hell he actually is, moron, ends up using his suit, and instead of being able to leap really, really high like he does in the comics because of mutation or whatever you want to call it in that it was exactly, he has jet boosters on his suit that specifically were told not to use jet fuel in there by the creator, which was Luke. And if y'all remember Luke, he's the one that's actually creating the suits for She-Hulk. So in doing all of this, he uses it, he falls, he gets hurt. He goes to lawyer. I mean, what are you going to do? So you go to GLK&H. And he wants to go ahead and get some compensation for this. She feels like that's definitely going to happen because there's faultiness in the suit. And then he goes ahead and says, right after she says that it's made by Luke, which is the one that does the superhero suits. And that's whenever she doesn't feel real good about representing him in this, because now she's going to have to go against Luke and end up losing her ability to have suits made. Now, in the courtroom battle in there, of course, was an interesting little twist that went ahead and finished it up. But we also get to see Matt Murdock show up in there as the defense attorney for Luke. Did not see that one coming as the attorney portion of it. I mean, you kind of see whenever there was foreshadowing that Daredevil was going to be in here, but the way that they showed it on here was actually very funny and quirky how it happened. There's some chemistry between Jen and Matt. And then we get into more of the story going along where Leapfrog is upset because he lost the the court battle there completely overturned and just released, dismissed every bit of it. So he kidnaps Luke and forces Luke to make him a newer suit that's actually going to work to his specifications, blah, 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 blah. So She-Hulk comes to the rescue, but there's someone else there that's trying to change some things up at the time. A certain character in mustard and ketchup. I still laugh at that one. Dressed up in mustard and ketchup colors. Did not see that one. Orange and red. Of course, we're talking about, or yellow and red, we're talking about Daredevil in his old school colors. Makes me look at the old school comics in a whole different way now. Mustard and ketchup. Wow. So the story goes along. They have some fun with this. They go in and bust some bad guys. And if you think that's all that's going to really happen, well, if it wasn't good enough to see the mustard and ketchup guy, otherwise known as Daredevil, he and Jen end up hooking up back at her apartment. And the next morning, you get to see Daredevil doing the walk of shame in costume because he has nothing else to wear, and holding his shoes and walking down the sidewalk. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. You were warned before about the spoiler alerts and everything, so if you're ticked off about that now, so sorry, but no, you were warned. This series has been a lot of fun. If we are coming up to the last episode, I'm interested to see how they're going to tie everything all together, because they've been leading up to a big ending on this with one episode, and these things only being 30 minutes, 40 minutes long. And we'll have to see how this actually turns out. But it's been a lot of fun, and looking forward to seeing what's going to happen on the next one. Maybe the final one. I could be wrong. It's happened before. It could possibly happen again. We'll have to see. She-Hulk Attorney at Law. I'm definitely enjoying it still. We're on episode 8. Episode 9 will be going ahead and hitting on Thursdays on Disney Plus. So don't miss out on that if you are keeping track of this. And we will definitely be dropping the next review on this as soon as I get to watching that this week. And we'll have that drop for you next week in time for it to either end or have another episode coming out. But until then, thank you for being here. Appreciate you, sticking around and watching the show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share today. By going ahead and subscribing, you won't miss out on any of the content. I have the What's in Your Watch List reviews that I do. I have a hell of a show, which I am ecstatic about because we have our 100th episode coming up as the time this taping for this. And we have Unscripted After Dark, which is a remastered show of the past, shall we say, but different. So if you're not familiar with that, you'll have to go over there and check out what's been said about it and see if it's something you definitely want to jump in on Saturday, late night, 10 p.m., YouTube only. So again, have to be a subscriber to know whenever that's going to be hitting. And share. Please, please, please share this out. Let's get some more people involved. Let some, other eyes fall upon this. Let them know if they want to go ahead and jump on and see if they want to be a part of this as it goes along and grows as well. And there's one other show, and every time I'm going to try to do this without doing it. Between the Covers. Damn my fiance for doing this. She named the show. Between the Covers is my book review show. So do book reviews on there, and we're about to change up the way we do that as well, where it's going to be myself and my fiance reviewing the same book, Siskel and Ebert style. We are engaged to be married next year. We'll see if that actually still plays out, simply because if we don't agree on some of these books, you never know what's going to happen. May need a lawyer at that point. Who are you going to call? Oh, wrong tagline. With that ending right there, we're going to go ahead and end this one. Thank y'all for being here. Hope to see y'all next time. And always keep in mind, we want to know what's in your watch list.